Okay, am I good? Am I good? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Chanina here. So today I'm coming at you with another video. It's been a minute since I posted a video about Arise opportunities. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be going through each client per se that is currently looking for at-home customer service agents. If you've been following me for some time, then you know I've been working for Arise now for a little over a year. In November, it'll be 2 years. But it's been working fine for me. I haven't had any issues. And I am grateful for the opportunity. So that's why I come on here and I share, I talk about it with you guys, because hopefully it'll help somebody out there who is in between jobs, or maybe just need a little extra money, or maybe just need something that will allow them a flexible schedule because they have small children. Whatever the case may be, you can check out this opportunity by going to arise.com. All of the information that I talk about when it comes to Arise is on the website. There's nothing, it is what it is. It's one of those straightforward, I give you the information and then it's up to you to decide if this is for you or not. So anyways, let's jump right into it. This is not going to be a long video. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 clients that are on the list right now. And what I like to do for those that are new, I like to go through each client. I do not say the names due to a non-disclosure agreement. We are not allowed to say the client name. However, you are more than welcome to go onto the website, create an account, and then you will be able to see what I see. Keep in mind, the opportunities on the website or the clients on the website do change pretty often, and the prices are subject to change without notice. So if you go on there, if you see what I see, great, and it interests you, then go ahead, click on that green info button. Some of the opportunities you can actually listen to what they have to offer. For this opportunity, you will be a self-employed person, okay? Which means you are responsible for your own taxes at the end of the year. This is not a W-2 type of scenario, for those that are wondering. It's like I said, it's self-employed. So let's jump right into it. The first client is one that I've mentioned 100 times. They kind of fall off the list and then they come back on the list. Now, they only allow so many people in the virtual class. That's what you'll be doing during your certification class. You'll be in a virtual classroom with like 17 to 19 other people or 20 other people, and you'll have an instructor that will pretty much train you and tell you what they want you to know in order for you to be successful with the client that you choose. It is a paid certification class, meaning you do have to pay to do the certification class. Each certification class varies. Some of them, it just depends. Sometimes you'll see one where you can get certified in like a week, a couple of days, 2 months, etc. But what I do encourage you guys to do is, before you actually hit the orange select button for that particular client, hit the green info button first, so that you know what times for the certification classes that they offer, so that you can fit that into your lifestyle, your own personal schedule, whether it be during the day, the evening, or night. They vary between the clients, so they're not all really the same. As far as revenue, I never talk about how much each one pays because I don't know. Only your independent business owner will know that information. And if you don't have an independent business owner that you can ask questions to or register under, then I will list one in the description box. That's who I am currently under. I don't know anyone else who works with Arise that is an independent business owner that I can recommend to you guys. So I do apologize about that, but it is what it is. Make sure that you're looking at all of the information, because the equipment some of them change. Like, for example, the client that I work for, initially, we were taking calls through a landline phone. But now, as of about maybe a month ago, almost a month ago, we've had to switch over to headsets that have a USB to plug into your laptop. So always check the info button to see what equipment is required for you to be able to service the customers for these clients. You don't want to select the certification class and then you find out later on that you don't have all of your equipment. You want to kind of be prepared so that once you're done with your certification class, you could just jump right into working and start earning revenue. Some certification classes do pay you for training towards the end of your training. Not all of them do. You just have to check the info. It'll tell you if it does or if it doesn't. You cannot, one thing I can tell you is you cannot do this over Wi-Fi. So if you don't have internet set up in your home, you might want to think about that before you actually get started with the certification class, because you cannot use Wi-Fi. And some of the clients will require you to have a smartphone in order to log into some of the systems. So keep that in mind as well. So anyways, let's get this started. There is a telecom program that is available. The initial cost for the certification class is $79. The class actually starts May 22nd. The required amount of intervals that they want you to work is 15. So when I say intervals, when you're choosing your hours, the screen, there's these little boxes that you choose, okay? Each box is what they call a 30-minute interval. So for example, one box may say 4 to 4:30, and then another box will be 4:30 to 5:30. So if you want to work straight through for an hour, you would choose the two boxes. So the minimum is 15 service intervals. So in other words, that's 15 hours that you have to at least work. Now, when you come to that point where you're starting to choose your hours, you will see an initial cap, meaning those are the hours that you're required to choose at that time. The schedule opens up, and then you'll see a max cap, which means those are the amount of hours that you are allowed to work for that week. Sometimes you'll see 80 hours, sometimes you'll see 120 as far as max cap. Now, as long as you work the minimum, then you're in compliance with your commitment adherence, okay? Now, some clients do require you to work on weekends. Some clients do not. It just depends on the client. That's why I'm urging you guys to check the info first, because if you're already working or if you have another job, you want to make sure that when you're doing this, that you can fulfill the requirements that they want from you in conjunction with what you're already doing. You don't want to set yourself up for failure. You don't want to set yourself up for, like, if you choose a client that requires you to work on weekends, but you know you have another job that also requires you to work on weekends. You don't want to set yourself up like that, because when the weekend comes, you're going to have to pick and choose what you want to do. And if you want to be successful at this, the easiest way to do it is to create your schedule around what you're already doing. Now, of course, there are going to be some things that are going to come up that you're not going to be able to control, like if you have children, if your child gets sick at school or an emergency comes up. But, you know, those things, it's not the end of the world. You know, those are things that we can't control. So once you get to that point where you're starting to choose your schedule, there will be someone who will come to your certification class to explain all of that to you about how it works, okay? So the next client is a, how would I say it, timeshare company. So you can help guests with timeshares, with their vacations and stuff like that. And the minimum hours that they want you to be able to work a week is 10 hours, which is not bad, you know, especially if you just need a little bit of extra money, but you're not trying to do this really like full time. You can choose to do it full time if you want to. You don't have to, as long as you work the minimum required hours. The initial cost for the certification class is $79, and the class starts May 21st. A roadside assistance company is also on the list. The initial cost for that certification class is $149. The minimum hours that they want you to be able to work each week is 15. Okay. And then the last one, this one is a cruise company. They want you to work at least 15 hours a week. The initial cost for the certification class is $89. So let me give you guys just an example of the type of information that you'll see once you click on the info button. So I'm just going to randomly pick one. Once you click on the info button, a new screen will pop up. A new screen will pop up. It'll give you a description of the company, what they do. It'll give you, I'm waiting for it to load up. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so basically it'll be like an opportunity at a glance type of situation. All of these positions are sales and customer service positions. You don't have to have previous experience to do this, so that is a plus. If you don't have experience at all and you're looking to gain customer service experience, you never had a job before, this is something that you can do to gain the experience. It's something that you can put on your resume if you decide that you don't want to do this anymore and go look for something else, okay? So like I said, service revenue, you won't see that most of the time when you click the info button. That is something that you would have to ask an independent business owner / IBO for that information. They're supposed to have that information for you if you have questions. But it talks about the actual certification class. So I'm just choosing a random client, okay? And all of the information that I go over, well, it's on the site, okay? So it talks about the course duration. It gives the class times that are offered, okay? It gives you an idea of when you start taking live calls. So by the time you do certification at the end, you'll basically have to complete a pre-certification or a pre-live call scenario where you're taking calls for a couple of days, and they are monitoring how you do, and that will pretty much determine, you know, if you can take real live calls from real people or not by the time you get to the end. What I do encourage you to do is once you start the certification class, finish. I've over the time since I've been doing this, I've been informed on several different occasions that, you know, people are signing up for the certification classes, but they're not completing it, you know, and you don't want to just throw your money out the window like that. So that's why I encourage you to please check the info button, because if it's not what you're looking for and you go ahead and sign up for the certification class, you may not get your money back, okay? So finish what you started. Go ahead and get it out the way. All it is, it's kind of like you're in school, basically. They tell you all of the information that you need to know to service this particular client. So then it talks about your SOW, which stands for statement of work. Like I said, this is self-employed opportunity, okay? So you will have to sign a statement of work. It tells you that what they require you to do. So like, for example, when I first started, I was required to work, well, I am required to still work a minimum of 15 hours a week. But in the beginning, I was required to work 5 of those hours on the weekend, whether it was Saturday or Sunday. And if I didn't want to work on weekends, then I can work evening shifts. They'll take those 5 hours and make them into evening shifts so that I can be off on the weekend. Some clients, they, depending on who it is, won't allow you to do that, but always check the information, okay? Check the information. And then it'll tell you what their service intervals are. So like if they do Monday through Friday, for example, this one is Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sunday, 10 to 6 p.m. So between those times are when you can work, okay? Then it goes into equipment and meeting the platform standards. Now, this is going to vary between the clients, okay? What I can tell you is for sure you're going to either need a desktop or a laptop. You're going to need the internet. You may or may not need a landline. because as I said before, I had to adapt from going from a landline to a headset that plugs into the laptop with a USB. So please read the information for that, okay? As far as equipment, you do not want to set yourself up for failure by not meeting at least the basic stuff. Your equipment, your headsets, the laptop, all of that type of stuff. And once you sign up for your certification class, whatever email that you register with Arise with, that's where they're going to send all of your information to. Any softwares that they want you to download or any instructions that they have for you, that's the email that they're going to send it to. So make sure it is a good email so that you're not missing any of your information, okay? What else? It gives you an idea of what to expect. And on this particular one, there are some sample calls that you can listen to. So if you've never done customer service before over the phone, because it is a little bit different from doing it face to face, like working at a retail store or grocery store or something like that, and you're offering customer service to someone in person. It's a little bit different, but it's not too different, okay? Just the atmosphere is a little bit different. So they do give you some sample calls that you can listen to so that you can get an idea of how your calls are going to go. Okay, not every call is the same. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. You know, customer service is one of those things where you have some good calls and then you have some calls that are, you know, a little bit iffy. You know, the customer may not be having the best day and you kind of have to deal with that and keep your professionalism, you know. But that's with any job, honestly. That's with any job. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. But as long as you strive for your original goal, which is to make money or whatever it is, the reason that you're doing this for, just keep that in mind to keep you motivated, okay? Don't be one of those people where you get like one bad call and then you're just like, oh, bump this. I ain't doing this no more because all my calls going to be like that. It's not like that. Okay. So then it breaks down the certification course details. So it'll tell you like the different phases of your certification class. For example, this particular client has phase 1 where the instructor, where it's instructor led and self-paced learning combined. Then phase 2 is when you're doing your mock call certification, okay? And then phase 3 is the certification call taking. So, you know, it just kind of breaks it down for you like that. And then it goes into the completion criteria. So honestly, I'm just going to keep it real with you. If you want to get through this, make sure you're in class every single day. Take as many notes as you can possibly take. Be ready to participate because they want you to do that. They want to make sure that you got this, okay, before they just send you out there and start handling their customers, okay, because they have a business to protect as well. So make sure you do all of your modules, like your self-paced work, homework, all of that stuff. It's just like school, you guys, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you do everything that you are supposed to do until you get to the end. And I guarantee you, when you get to the end, yes, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking. You're going to be a little nervous, but that's, you know, we get nervous about stuff that we're doing for the first time all the time. You know, we always feel the pressure, but you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get kicked out of the class because they can drop you from the course if you're not meeting the criteria that they're looking for, okay? Such as being in attendance every day, making sure that you are keeping up with everything, taking notes, asking questions, participating in the activities that they provide you to make sure that you're catching on to everything that they're teaching you. You know what I'm saying? So completing your homework, you know, do that. Do the test. There's going to be, for me, there was like tests after each section that we learned about to make sure that we were grasping the information. Make sure you do all of that. Don't sign up for this class and then don't do anything because that's on you. You'll be wasting your money. It won't be nobody's fault but yours, okay? Just keeping it real because you are in control of all of this, okay? Then it goes into what else is required as far as like your ID, your background check, and all of that stuff, you know, so that you can be in the system. You know, if you have a messed up background, don't even waste your time. If you know you're not going to pass the background check, do not waste your time. Now, I know at one time we had to pay for our background checks, but then there was a point where they were waiving the fee for background checks. So I'm not sure where they are at with that right now, but you have to submit your background first anyways before you move on to the actual certification class, along with a voice assessment and a PC check. So to make sure your computer is compatible with the systems that they're going to have you to put on your computer so that you can service these people, okay? Or service the customers of the client. That's a better way of saying it. All right, so that's kind of like the gist of that. And then it goes into once you start certifying, once you start taking live calls, you know, what you're going to have to maintain as a customer service rep as far as attendance. You know, it's just like a regular job. You know, they want you to, if you have a schedule that you made, they want you to fulfill that schedule. Now, of course, there's going to be times where, you know, stuff come up, but your instructor is going to get more into details about how that works towards the end of the certification class, okay? And that will be your time to ask questions if you have some. Then it talks about your talk time, your hold time, the quality assurance. Like, have you ever called a company and then they say, well, hey, you know, this call is being recorded for quality assurance, that type of thing. So on your end, there are certain things that you're going to have to do, or you may have to say, in order to meet those quality assurance criteria per se, okay? So, like I said, the revenue, you have to get in touch with an IBO for that. And then it goes into like different additional details like logins and confidentiality and all of that type of stuff. Please read everything, okay? Please read everything. Because the reason I say that is because I've seen people comment under some of my videos about how not so great of an experience that they had with Arise. And when you kind of read in between the lines, it's nothing that Arise did. It was something that they did or didn't do, or maybe they just gave up, honestly, okay? And those comments, I try not to respond. I don't respond negatively for any of the comments that are posted on my videos, but, you know, for me having past experience doing customer service before I even started doing Arise, I kind of get the gist of what it could be. Sometimes it's not always the company, okay? So like when you're online and you're looking for a place or a company to work for and you're seeing like all these negative comments and stuff like that, keep in mind that there's always more to the story. You know, it's not always the company. So a lot of time with this, from my experience with Arise, a lot of times it's the person. It's either the person or the IBO that they signed up under, because I have had maybe 2 or 3 people say that their IBO pretty much screwed them, and that sucks. That's bad business practices, and you know, it's sad that there are people out there that do that. And so that gives that gives that person a bad perception of the company, because they think, oh, this was a scam, or this company is no good. But it's not the company, it's the IBO, or it's you. Okay, so with that being said, when you're looking for an IBO, if you don't have one and you need a list of different IBOs that are out there, you can grab one from the website. You don't have to just go with the one that I recommend. I just recommend them and refer them because I know that they've been doing this for a while and I've been under them for a while and I haven't had any issues. But I cannot say the same for anybody else. So do your research, you know. Even on Facebook, you can go to the Arise Facebook page, and if you're looking for an IBO, post on the page that you want to get started and you're looking for an IBO, and I guarantee you all of the IBOs that are on that page will start commenting under your video and do like a little mini interview with them. You know what I'm saying? Ask questions. Ask how long they've been a part of Arise. Ask how they like it. You know, ask, you know, what their fees are. Because honestly, this is self-employed. So there's no taxes taken out. But Arise does charge a platform usage fee, which is about 20 bucks. And then the independent business owner charges an administrative fee because they are a business. So they're trying to make money too, and they process your payroll. They're there for support. You know, they're there if you have questions, all of that type of stuff. So they do charge for their services. Now, the platform usage fee is going to always be the same. Unless they change it, you'll know when Arise changes it, because I'm pretty sure they'll send you an update. For the IBO or independent business owner, it's going to vary. Some people take a flat fee out. Some people take a percentage based on how much you get paid. Ask those questions. Ask the person, well, how much is your administrative fee? Because keep in mind, they're going to be taking this administrative fee out every time you get paid in most cases, okay? We get paid twice a month. Excuse me. And just to put this out there, it's not going to be on the same date every 2 weeks. Like, it's not, you know, it's not like that. So you're not going to get paid on the 1st and the 15th of every month, or the 15th and the 30th. It's going to kind of vary, but you are going to get paid twice a month. Now, if you run into a situation where you're working and you're not getting paid, Arise, they're going to refer you to the IBO, because that is who you're registered under, okay? So any disputes about payments, you'll have to take it up with your IBO, unfortunately. But that's just how it is, okay? Hopefully this information was helpful to you guys. I know that some of you are new to my channel and you're trying to learn as much as you can about Arise. Honestly, it ain't but so much that you can say about Arise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some links to some past videos that I've made. I tried to start like a series where I'm answering 3 questions at a time once I get new questions. But honestly, I haven't posted a video like that because I'm still kind of getting like the same questions. You know what I'm saying? And I've kind of answered these questions multiple times, which is cool because, like I said, I know that some of you are new. But for those that are not new and you're kind of looking for those type of videos, that's why I haven't posted one, because I haven't gotten any new questions that I can answer. They're all pretty much the same type of questions, and I've already answered those questions multiple times. So I'm going to just post a couple of links of some past videos where I've talked about this. Because I've been talking about this on my channel ever since I got started, basically. So, there's only so much you can talk about with Arise. You know, every experience is going to be different for each person. But I do encourage you that if you are somebody that's in between jobs, you are somebody that's looking for extra income, and you don't mind working from home, you have small children, you want a flexible schedule, check Arise out, okay? There are other companies out there. Don't get it twisted. But this is the only one that I'm familiar with, okay? So I can't give you information on any other company because I don't have any experience with any other company. But this is the one that I'm familiar with. This is the one that I recommend that you go with. You know, it's up to you. But anywho, comment, like, and subscribe, you guys, to my videos. I really appreciate y'all hanging with me. I know that I'm not consistent with videos on this channel. I always say that I'm going to get better, but then life kind of comes in and say, hold up, not yet. You know what I'm saying? But I do try to put as much content as I can that I think is relevant or that I think people want to hear about on this channel. So I do appreciate all of the views that I've been getting. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I do love you all. I care about all of you. You know, I give this information. It's just free information. I'm not getting paid to share this information. I had a comment a long time ago, and I don't think I responded to this comment, but I had a comment. Somebody wrote like a paragraph long comment saying that, you know, this opportunity isn't for them or something to that nature because they don't have any money to start the certification class, and that they hope that I'm not an actor. And if I'm not, if, you know, they thought I was getting paid to do this from Arise or whatever. And if I'm not, then cool, you know, keep it going or whatever. That's the summarized version. Okay, let me just say this. I do understand that there are people out there that want to get started, but they don't have the money to get started. Okay, I completely understand that. I ran into an old coworker from like 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, who mentioned Arise. She didn't even know that I did it. And she said the only reason she hasn't started yet is because she's trying to get the money up. Listen, as long as Arise is available, you're okay. Even if it takes you 6 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years or whatever, as long as the platform is still out there, then you're fine. You know, however long it takes you to get the coins up to take the certification class, that's fine. It's not a rush thing. There's going to always be clients on the list. There may not be as many. Sometimes there's a lot. Sometimes there's just 1 or 2. But as long as the clients are available for you to work for, then you're okay. You know what I'm saying? What I did was I borrowed the money. Honestly, because I was in that same position. I didn't have no money like that either. And the money that I did have was really, you know, already assigned to other things that I had going on. So I didn't have the money to just be like, okay, let me start this. I borrowed the money to do it, okay? I'm just being all the way honest. I borrowed the money to start my certification class. So there's different ways that you can do it to get the money to do the certification class. It's just up to you. You know, don't count it out if you're saying, if you go on here and you see something and it's like $80 and you're looking at your bank account, you're like, you know what, I don't have $80. It's not the end of the world, you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. What you can do is just start putting a couple of dollars to the side every time you get coming to some money. You know what I'm saying? And then when you're ready to go ahead and sign up and get started, then do that. Okay? Because the goal is to make money. So yeah, you pay for your certification class or whatever, but it's just like school. You know, it's just like if you're going to school for mechanics or something like that, you have to pay. Or like if you plan on driving trucks, you have to pay for your CDL license. You know what I'm saying? And they train you. So in some cases, you have to pay for your training. So, you know, it's not the end of the world if you can't get started right then. It doesn't. They're not trying to take your money. They are a business too. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. I thought that was so funny. It was really like kind of like a negative, shady type of comment, but I didn't take it personally because I've done direct sales for years and I already know how it is. Some people, you know, it's just not for them, okay? It ain't for everybody. And I'm going to just put that out there. It's not going to be for everybody. It's really your attitude, you know, and the way that you're thinking. You know, if you're already going into something like this and you have negative thoughts about it, or you're going off of what somebody else said without doing your own research, then, you know, it is what it is. That's you. But that's not going to stop me. That's not going to stop the next person from doing what they have to do. You know what I'm saying? You're in control of your own situation. So don't think that this is just going to disappear today if you can't sign up today. Just create an account, register, go ahead and get your information in, create a profile, and then keep checking. You know what I'm saying? Keep checking. Now, I think that there is a certain amount of time that they want you to go ahead and get started with the client. But hell, if you have to create a new account with a different email address, do that. You know what I'm saying? Just so that you can stay on top of what's available, so that you can have an idea of what you need to have put to the side financially to get started with this, okay? So yeah, anyways, enough of that. That was like my little rant. Because I just kind of laugh at these things because I'm not, you know, I'm used to stuff like that. I'm used to, you know, people, you know, saying it's a scam and anything. Because I used to get comments like that when I was doing like Total Life Changes, Avon, Mary Kay, you know. So it's nothing new to me. So it doesn't even, it's like whatever, you know. I'll respond. If I respond, it'll be in a nice way. It'll be in a nice way. It won't be nothing negative. I'm not going to go back and forth. You know, I'm not an internet bully or anything like that. Like, I'm not going to get mad or be in my feelings because you felt some kind of way. So anyways, You guys, thank you once again for coming to my channel. My name is Chanina. For those who are new, for those who are not new, welcome back. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.